I used to have a cat by the name of Z. And Z is the Lakota word for yellow. My dad brought him. My parents divorced when I was 2 years old. My dad was from the Rosebud Sioux Reservation and my mom is from Cheyenne River. So her and I went back to Cheyenne River Sioux Reservation. I have to explain that we're Lakota. We're not Cheyenne. It's a river that's called that. Some Cheyennes were trading with other tribes and they got lost and ran into these Lakota people, and these Lakota people took them to this river and they told them, just follow that and you get home. And to honor them, they named that river Wakbashahiela, at Cheyenne River. They named that river to honor those guys because they are our allies. The Cheyenne Indians have been allies with Lakota people for thousands of years. So that's why they honored them. So my mother and I returned to her reservation when I was 2 years old. And maybe when I was about 7 or 8 years old, my dad started coming to visit. And they became really good friends. So he would come up from time to time, at least once a year. One time he came up, and I must have been about, I don't know, 12 years old or so. And he had this little tomcat. He called it Z. Found a cat in the junkyard, just wandering around. It's a little baby kitten, he said. And so he took it, and then he just traveled with it. He worked here and there at ranches, and in the summertime, to save money, he would just sleep in the car. Find a place to sleep, and just sleep in the car, and this cat would stay with him. And then when my dad went to work, this cat would take off and just wander around, and my dad would come back to that same location to sleep. The cat was waiting for him. And my dad said, this cat is really smart. He's not a normal cat. He said, he's really special. So he traveled with my dad all the way from Nebraska to Cheyenne River. Geez, money crackers, that must be about a 7 to 8 hour drive. Yeah, no joke. And my dad pulled in a late afternoon, this summertime, and he had this cat with him, and the cat was real friendly. Yeah? He wasn't shy or anything, and as my dad brought him in, he was purring and everything, and it just had a good time. So my mom put some leftover food out for this cat, so this cat ate, drank some milk, and that evening, my mom and dad would be talking Lakota, and I was playing cars in the living room, and suddenly this cat got lively. We had a little hallway in the house, and what this cat was doing was it would go to the end of the hallway and really run. And when you come out at the other end of the hallway, there's the living room on one side and the dining room on the other side. So this cat would run down the hallway and then turn towards the living room and would just slide, yeah, as it's turning, because it's really going fast. Then it would go down there and do it again. Then it was playing with its shadow and pretending to attack. It's just having a good time playing. And I was just laughing and laughing, and I really think that cat knew that I was laughing. And I really think this cat knew that it was making me laugh, that it was entertaining me. I thought, oh, that's so funny, huh? And so my dad was only going to visit for about a month. And I was under the impression that he was going to take the cat back. I was feeling a little bit sad. I didn't say anything, though. I started to feel sad. I think my dad could see that. So as my dad was getting ready to leave back to Rosebud, he asked me, do you want to keep Z? So I said, sure. Yeah, my eyes really lit up. Yeah. So he stayed with me since then. And Z lived to be about 11 years old. And during those years, I have so many stories of this cat. And one of them that I really like to tell was quite an adventure. I was about 16 years old. So that would place Z about, I got him when I was about 12. So Z was probably about 4 years old. He was a tomcat. And We were sitting outside. Again, my dad came up to visit. It was summertime. And a couple years before, we took in a stray, a black cat. And Z and this black cat, when they first met, they were always growling at each other all day long. They're growling at each other, but when it's mealtime, they'll be walking together, and eating together, no problem. As soon as they get done eating, they're growling at each other again. It's so funny to see that. And the black cat was a female, and they had a kid. Yeah, they had a kid, and we called it Tommy. And it was really, really nice. But before they had the kitten, we were sitting outside. Like I said, I was 16 years old, and Z and this black cat were sitting outside too. They were sitting on the porch beside me. And they were just sitting there. Everybody was outside, and there was no cable TV. I really like those times. I really, really enjoy thinking of those memories because we went outside, yeah. We enjoyed the cool evening. The day was really hot all day long. In the evening time, the sun went down. It was still light, but it was cool. So we'd be out there drinking iced tea and water and just talking. And my mom and dad were visiting, and Z and this black cat were sitting outside too. So all of a sudden, Z's ears started moving. They're just moving left and right. Then he seemed to say something to the black cat. And the black cat just sat there. So Z ran behind the house. He came around the corner. And my mom in Lakota, she said, "Ma, look at what he's carrying." He killed a mouse behind the house. He heard it from the front, and he ran behind the house. He killed the mouse. He had it in his mouth, and he put the mouse in front of the black cat. And the black cat proceeded to eat it. Yeah, right in front of us. So we were like, "Geez, you guys," I said, I moved them around the corner so she could eat it. But I thought, you cannot tell me animals don't have feelings for each other. You cannot tell me that they're just beasts with no soul. This tomcat fed his partner. He got a mouse, placed it before her feet, and she started to eat it. And he just sat there keeping guard. Just looking around, keeping guard. While his mate ate the mouse that he caught for her. That's love in my book. That's love. That was outstanding. We were all just laughing. I said, "Gee, Z's a gentleman cat, yeah?" Now the second story that I want to share with you, again, it's going to show you that animals are not just beasts with no soul. In this one, I was probably 18 years old. Z would be 6 years old. And Z was quite a hunter by this time. And it was summertime again. He heard something. He was just napping on the couch, and all of a sudden he put his head up. He's looking around. He ran to the window. The living room is in the southeast corner of the house. So he ran to the east window, looked outside, then he ran to the south and looked. Then he ran to the doorway on the south. He wanted to be let outside immediately. So I got up and I opened the door. And as I opened the door, I could hear a dog screaming in pain, a puppy screaming in pain, and another dog growling. I opened the door and Z just ran out, just like a yellow streak heading out. He ran so fast. And there's a road in front of the house, a gravel road. And he ran over there. And when I looked over there, it was a police dog, a German Shepherd police dog. This was owned by a white police officer. Not a tribal cop, yeah, a city cop. And this police dog was attacking a little puppy. Just a little tiny puppy. and the puppy was screaming in pain. So Z ran over there and he jumped on the German Shepherd's face and proceeded to tear the German Shepherd's face off. The German Shepherd screaming in pain, and the pain was so much that he couldn't even shake Z. Couldn't shake him off, and he fell to the ground. And Z didn't stop, though. He kept attacking this German Shepherd's face over and over and over repeatedly. Finally, the German Shepherd, he was in so much pain, I think he passed out because he was just laying on the ground in the pool of blood. And then this puppy was just standing there shaking. Yeah, poor thing. And then Z looked at the puppy and proceeded to walk slow back to the house. And this puppy followed Z. So Z would look back and make sure the puppy's following him. So the puppy came to the house. We fed it. It had some cuts. We washed it a little bit, tried to clean it up. And Z just sat there looking around, making sure that German Shepherd dog doesn't get back up. So he saved this little puppy. He saw a grown adult German Shepherd dog about to kill a little puppy. And he went and stopped this killer dog. That fight lasted maybe not even a minute, but within that time, that German Shepherd was unconscious from the pain, and it had no face. Z tore the face off, and the dog passed out from the pain. Now you might think, oh, poor German Shepherd, but that's not the way I see it. That German Shepherd attacked this puppy. That's a bully. And this little puppy was about ready to die. And Z saw this is injustice. So he ran over there, took matters into his own hands, and snuffed out a German Shepherd dog that was about 6 times bigger than him. I don't think anybody saw what happened. I think I was the only human that witnessed what happened. The household next to us, they heard it, but they didn't see it. They heard a like that, and they heard a German Shepherd screaming in pain. By the time they looked out the window, that German Shepherd's laying on the ground. And Z's walking back to the house with this little puppy. Here you have a cat who saw an injustice, that a little puppy was about to be killed. And that is wrong. So Z became the law, and he went over there, and he put that German Shepherd down, so that the puppy would live. The German Shepherd attacked the puppy. So Z settled that. He brought justice to that German Shepherd very swiftly. So we started calling around if anybody lost a puppy. We found the family that keeps that puppy. So they came and collected it, and we told them what happened, and they were just astonished. They were like, wow, a cat protected him. And the police dog belongs to a police officer who is racist against Indians. So a lot of Indians liked it, that Z did that. So that police officer never knew what happened. He must have been out of town or something, because he drove from outside and he saw something laying on the ground. He just drove right by it. He went home and he probably thought, hey, where's my dog? And calling it, and nobody came, so he started looking around. And he walked over to what he saw on the road, and he realized that was his dog, and that the face was torn off. And so the dog had to be put down. That's what happens when you attack babies. You have a protector like Z around. Here you have an animal that saw that this was wrong. Most cats don't even give a shit about dogs. But Z saw a German Shepherd about to kill an innocent puppy. It's a little puppy. And he wanted to go outside right away, so I let him out. And then he went over there and stopped that German Shepherd, tore its face off. so that the puppy could live. You cannot tell me animals have no souls. You cannot tell me that. He protected this puppy so that it could live. He saved that puppy's life. There's many stories I can tell you like this. I could do a whole week easy to tell you stories like this about this cat. And these are just two examples. To me, they show that animals, that they have souls. They know things before we do. I just wanted to share that with you because it shows you that there's more to it than we think.
Thank you very much for taking the time to listen to this video. I really appreciate it. And if you would like to send a special thanks in support of this channel, look at the bottom of this video where the title is, and right under that, where it says like, dislike, and share, right in that area, slide it towards the left, and you will see the symbols change, and then you will see a heart-shaped button that says thanks on it. If you would like to click on there to send your thanks of support, I would really appreciate it, as I really do enjoy making these videos and speaking with you and spending some time with you. So again, thank you very much for listening. To learn more about Lakota spirituality, I have written a book called Wichocha Otechike. This book also includes Lakota Star Knowledge information. All the videos that I make, which are about Lakota spirituality, Lakota Star Knowledge, and cultural information, are based on this book. This book costs 99 American dollars. This price includes the shipping cost. And to learn more about Lakota language, I have written a Lakota language book called Chante Etanha Owoglake, Speaking from the Heart. And all my Lakota language videos are based on this book. This book costs 119 American dollars. This price includes the shipping cost. I also teach online, and I give spiritual consultations as well. If you are interested in any of my services and products, you can send payment via PayPal to my email address, which is hehaka7@yahoo.com. That's HEHAKA, the number 7, @yahoo.com. When you send your payment, please include your shipping address and your email address. Ho, lila pilamayelo. Thank you very much. In the Lakota way, everything is circular. As a result, we do not have a word for goodbye in the Lakota language, and so instead we say until next time, which in Lakota is Doksha Ake. And I will catch you in the next video.